They spake of wars and dying young. Compared to we, the days am long. We fights a battle every day to keep a worker's bed at bay.
In the old days, the Black Country was filled with rabbits living in their homes.
How about you? That's about that one.
In the Black Country there are lots of factories and lots of smoke. The people talk different and it can almost be like another language.
We're not snobs and we don't degrade people because of their looks, colour, job. We accept people for what they are.
My Black Country, I think, is a really filthy place and untidy with litter. There are many old works in this area, especially for making steel. Lots of the old houses are closely packed together.
The industries in the Black Country are disappearing now and the industry's future looks bleak. But there are still green lands like Comley and Kent, which will be soon built on. Like the Dollywood Nature Reserve will soon disappear and yellow giants move in and make the place a mudbath.
What does the Black Country seem like to you? To me it's like a dream world, because the smoke that comes out of the chimneys is a misty cloud, and when it surrounds you, it's as if you're in a world of your own.
My name is Alison Garrat. I live at 124 South Bank Road, Cradleigh. My hobby's collecting rubbers. I play football on the hill outside, play with my mates. I don't like it around this area because it's boring, there's nowhere to play. If we play on there, the old lady comes there, or the janitor, and they send us off, so there's nowhere to play.
Well, Alison's spoiled for a start off. Because there's the baby, and that's it, you know. The other kids, they're a bit... They moan at me. You gear this and you gear that. We'd have it when we was kids, but I couldn't afford to do it then. As I say, that's why I'd been going down the scrapyard doing a bit of tatting to get extra pocket money.
Before, there used to be, I don't know what it was called, but there was all metal and all that under the ground. No, they've let us go on there and the police can't do nothing. So we go on there and we dig and you get little metal stuff, alley and zinc and all that, and brass. And you dig for that and you just give it the scrap man.
My name is Mark Palmer. I live in Whitehall Road, Cradleigh East. My dad is a moulder at Chentons in Great Bridge. I've got two twin brothers who are pests at times, right pests. My mum helps me out a lot and I help my mum with the children.
He's helpful around the house and helps me with the kids. I don't know how I'd have coped without him at times with the kids, but then there's the other side of him. He can be cheeky and playing up.
I'm really interested in wildlife and I got some books behind me. There's that one. I got Life on Earth book. And I got all sorts. I used to be really interested in dinosaurs. I got some dinosaur books.
First there was one, and now there's two are spouting out their points of view. Down here, we ain't got no time to eat 'em. Don't they know words'll never feed 'em?
My name is Dean Comley, aged 11. I live at 133 Newport Road. I'm very spooky and pale. I'm sure I won't make you laugh if ever you cross my path. You may even enjoy your last breath. I'm bound to scare you to death. But now I'm off to my bed before I lose my head.
He's untypical, I would say, of the rest of the children around here. He's probably got a bit of drama in him. He likes making puppets. He's not too keen on sport like his brother. His brother's all football, BMX bikes, and the main attraction for him is Cradley Speedway, obviously, which is just over the hill there. I like sport myself, but I don't believe Dean's ever kicked a ball at all, which is rather strange.
Another comes and makes them 3. With ideas, he's pretty free. He don't intend to be no sweater. He'll earn his living some road better.
My name's Kerry Middleton. My dad has been out of work for 3 years, and instead of going to the pub, he brews his own beer. Some people in the Black Country today live on the street because there is a lot of unemployment. My area is called Brickhouse Farm Estate because a long time ago there were farms where I live. That's why my street is called Cornfield Road.
I think because he's the eldest of the family, I think so's the boss of these, you know. I think so's the boss of them.
Sometimes when I speak the same as Black Country, my mother tells me to speak properly and I always say, I am speaking properly. And my dad, and when I say sharpio to my sisters, my dad's always saying, watch out or I'll give you a good hiding.
A young wench comes to make 'em 4. Has hardly entered life's front door. Her says her father's on the dole, but they pay short of beer nor coal.
My name's Stuart Hill and I live at 97 Craigborn Road, in Dudleywood. My dad works at EPS. And every day, after school, I have to go and get some wood. And then I have to push it all the way down on a cart, which keeps me feet. And then when I get back, I have a little rest and watch the telly. And eat some dinner. Then after that, just go and play football again with my mates all night.
He was a bright lad. Interested in sport, and you might have seen weightlifting, and he did go to the karate class, but that was only 3 times. It was too boring for him.
My sister sleeps there and I sleep there, but in the summer we have this one over there and this one along here. The boiler's in there, that's why I sleep there. I have the electric blanket as well with Deborah down.
We have a laugh and a joke, and sometimes you do get angry with him for sort of constant defiance, really, sort of playing football. Stuart, stop doing that, kicking against the wall. Now I'll do it all the more, sort of to annoy me, to get me sort of angry about it.
The last one comes and now there's 5. Here's a job, we hear 'em say. That more the question in our day. To scratch and scrape, we'd got no choice, 'cause hunger crushed you like a vice.
Go on, get the job. Anyone can do that. Get the job, go on. Go on, get it.
I want to work with horses when I grow up. That's all. I only want to work with horses.
I'd like to be an actor or singer, really.
Either be an actress or a model that shows like clothes off. I'd like to be a professional footballer. That's my main ambition.
I would like to be like a dad and Mulder. Hard, sweaty job, like he's a Mulder doing something, a great pitch. I wouldn't like to do that at all, because it's too hard work. I'd like to be a Euro, yeah, because my dad goes all scruffy and I'd like to go all posh with a suitcase or something like that. Be like different to what my dad was like.
They thinking they can pick their jobs. We had to work to feed we gobs.
When they used to work when they was young, like we work when quite old, but when them about 10 or 12, they used to work.
And
down the mines.
That's a digger.
That's a dig for the money. Chimneys and everything? Yeah. They died young as well, about 13. Like, they wouldn't die that young, they'd be about 25. And you don't think if them clean, because all the time you ever see them dirty.
Unlike we lot, they base us safters to learn a body-killing craft. They'll never delve here in the dark, shut off from sun and sung a lark.
So you think you'd like to bring down the pit, eh? Well, follow me then. Well, my name's Mr. Dunn, and I'm a doggy, and I can find you all jobs. We don't allow girls down the pit, but we'll have you on the pit bunk. We need some pit bunk winches. That satisfy you? There's some women out there who'll show you what to do, right? Well, don't sit there, then go out to the women on the pit bunk. Go on. You'll have to move faster than that if you want to keep a job here. I'm going to put you in a leather strap round your waist with a piece of chain going through your legs. That'll be attached to a tub, and the tub will be full of coal. And you'll pull that from the coal face to the bottom of the shaft. It'll be a 12-hour day. So I want you down there prompt in the morning at 6 o'clock, ready to start. And I'll have no messing about, because if I catch you asleep or playing about, your backsides will be blacker than coal.
Why do we always have to do the dirty work? Why can't we go play on the trolleys?
Late. Sit down. School starts at 7. You know what time it is? Do you know what a ragged school is? It's a school where poor children are taught how to write and read. Anyone here can write? Does anyone know how to write? You can. And what about read? Can you read? Or can you spell? Who can spell? Can you spell the word school? Can you spell school? Spell it out for me.
S-C-H-O-O-L.
And I wonder if you could write it down as well. Some of you can write, can you? Good.
See, so it's looking like a Lincoln now, ain't it? Put a gear on it now. There's a few ends. I'm just left on each other just a touch. That's it shut now, make the link solid. All the way round, and there you go. Now we're going to finish our link off now by using a Tommy Ommer. So you'll put your foot on there. Now give you some Ommer. Go on all the way down, go on.
Now nail making wasn't a very skilled job, not like chain making. If you were good at it, you made chain, but if you weren't so good, or you were only doing it part-time, then you did nail making. A good nail maker will probably do one of these about every 10 seconds. It wouldn't take you long to learn how to do this. Come on, get in there. And all you ended up with at the end of the week was about 10 shillings. Oh, you didn't cut through that one far enough. There you are. Now you've got to knock it down. Now this is the... See, it's bending. You've got to knock it that way. Be quick, though, because... Oh! Yes. It's not as easy as it looks.
Would you like to work down a pit? Was you joking? Would you like to be eating coal? No, neither. Would you like to make nails? Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to make chain. Yeah, chains. Nails. Nails is it's easier than the chains.
I don't know. After a bit, you get used to the nails.
I know, but your day used to be paid a lot, did you? No.
£5.
So it's nothing, is it?
first time I've ever seen anything like it. Anything so big, just lift.
Because it's like this now, like nearly knocked down, they could have knocked it down and made a pleasant place, like a nature park, with just, instead of just keeping it here and letting it rot.
My name is Chris Baines and I'm from the Urban Wildlife Group. All of the Black Country was like this before we started building factories and digging canals and digging quarries and all those sorts of things. So for thousands of years, all there were trees, and then eventually there were fields and fields with cows in and that sort of thing. And it's really only in the last couple of 100 years that people have started to mess about with it. And so little places like this that have survived all that time are very important, aren't they? I mean, they're full of all sorts of amazing things that just cling on in a little sort of a little oasis in the middle of all this desert that's been developed. But do you think that people would be upset if it went?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you got nothing to look at. Like you don't like you walking down the high street looking at factories or like. That's how you come to
And if
places
it
like this.
wasn't here, well, sometimes you've got the time of your life and all you gotta do is sit in the house making things and
watching television all day.
Yeah, and you reckon this is better than watching television?
Yeah.
Alison, why do you think then that places like this are so important?
Because there's the birds and all the things, they can live here and that, and if they insects and that, I'm out like an ant on the pavement, so you tread on it or something.
So it's a safe place then?
Yeah.
It's just a safe place for animals?
Yeah.
And for plants as well, perhaps?
Mm.
What about you, Dean? Why do you think it's
for the
important?
animals, yeah, and for the people as well, because there's not much around here now. It's all been taken over, like.
So it's
houses
important
and
for people to come into as
Yeah.
well? And why do you think people might want to come to a place like this?
Because it's peaceful and they can relax from everything else.
That's right, yeah.
Like
That's
the
great.
children.
I mean, why should there be insects here and not out, perhaps in the countryside or down in the industrial estates and things?
Because when a fly comes along here, you think about leaving it. Think about leaving it, let it live, but if a fly was in your house, you just squat it.
But you're going to want a job eventually, aren't you?
Yeah, you're going to want a job, yeah.
So, I mean, don't you think that the best thing would be to chop a place like this down and build a factory so you could get a job in it?
No. You could, like where the rivers are, because you could work here, chopping the trees down.
Managing the wood?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that,
You
couldn't
could.
you?
They were just going to be all factories. We've got to keep some places like this.
We don't need so many industry. Because, as some places don't do the same thing all the time. Why couldn't they just use the one? They could have kept a lot more of this around.
You mean if they'd kept just the one lot of buildings?
Just the one lot, because there's a lot of industry now that's doing exactly the same as the other.
Have you seen lots and lots since you've been around here? Just lots of new buildings?
Like the Dudley Enterprise Zone, that used to be more trees and things like that. Now it's all factories.
Gives a job is their demand. Well, robots am deaf to this command. Like iron horses, they keep working. Never stopping, never shirking. If they'm cut, they never bleeding. Ask no wages, need no feeding.
With lots of machines run by computers. Would you like to look around?
Why use so many computers when there's that many people on the door?
Well, the basic point we have to remember is that this company, like all the other companies in the country, has to be able to sell its goods. And to sell its goods, it has to be able to compete with other companies around the world. And if we just stay with the old way of doing it, the cost of making the parts is much too high. Running a computer-controlled machine like this has got to be much more interesting and exciting than operating an old machine from the olden days, hasn't it? I think for the future, understanding computers and how to program them is going to be as important for the next generation as learning to read and write was for the old generation.
Yeah, definitely. What is the machine doing?
Well, at the moment, it's doing a program. There's a computer in a different room, and all I have to do is just press on the data, like onto the screen here, and the machine, then like the arm comes up, goes into the presses the powder on a certain tonnage, and it forms like a tip, and the arm comes across, picks it up, brings it out and puts it on the tray.
These screens, we have 12 of them all together. You've probably seen them outside, the girls working on them. This screen, B7, is just an inquiry screen, so that if a customer should ring up and they want to know how much stock there is, you know, in the stores over the road, they can just put their item number into the BDU on here, and it'll come up with that information that they want.
There you are. Did you find your visit interesting?
Yes.
You saw computers running machines?
Yes.
And running our robots?
Yeah.
Good.
Could you give us a job when we get older?
Well, I think that's a very important question that you should be considering, yeah. It's going to be very interesting to see how our society evolves, but one thing is for sure, that we're always going to need people as well as computers.
Them jobs was really low, not at all. I mean, some of them was just standing there watching that computer, programming the computer and watching and doing something. Well, I couldn't say that was hard work. No way was that hard work. I'd really be bored just pushing buttons and waiting for a bit for the machine to do something else and then pushing another button. It'd be really boring. I feel like a bird, like trapped up in a cage. Like being kept as a pet, just doing the things you're supposed to, or a dog, like fetching a stick or something.
Gives it go on.
In the future, I think there will be a lot more modern factories.
I'd like the world to be a better place and to be more and more fields.
I don't think there'll be any future because of the nuclear war. There'll probably be a nuclear war the way it's going on. The way the Russians are going on. And now Reagan's trying to get some nuclear bombs over into Japan. I don't think there'll be any future for us. We'll be lucky if we live to 21, I think. Actually. Well, I don't think there's going to be a nuclear war, but I think the black country itself will pick up myself. The places where we've just been to, the old factories, I think. They probably won't restart, but they'll probably put something in its place.
I might get married because you could have children and they'll grow up and they tell their children what it was like, and my mum tells me stories now like when she was about my age.
No longer need mon sweat and strive to keep his young uns bare alive. But idle ons, the scriptures say, leads to the devil's grip on men. And evil times must come to pass when folks, redundant, start to mass.
club in the mouth like the big ones, you see. They're just human beings.
Well, I don't know, really. Them all is hard-working people. They've always had to work hard.
The factories, the ironworks, the chain works, and all the surrounding the mines. Now, there's nothing else you can call the Black Country. I think the Black Country are some of the best.
The family motto is Comme je fus, which, strictly translated, means as I was. Whenever the subject of the Black Country comes up, I'm immediately told, you sent children down the mines. So I try and protest and say, well, the evidence that we, as a family, sent children down the mines is very slender. I certainly don't admit that we ever did anything of the sort. Oh, yes, it's well known. Your money came from sweating the poor, grinding their noses into the dust and so on. So I have to naturally keep off the subject of the Black Country.
Well, how about Joe? Right, I think that's about as much as you'll do for that one.
At the back of the houses used to be the chain shops, and if you'd go at 8 o'clock at night, it would all be lit up, and as you was walking up the street, you'd hear them singing the old rugged cross.
The old rugged cross.
Sinking sands, he lifted me, all these hymns, and then they'd come out about 9, a crust of bread and a lump of cheese and half a pint of beer, and that was the day. They was properly slaves. Proper slaves.
When my great-grandfather inherited the estate at the beginning of the 19th century, he was reputed to have an income of £1 million per annum.
A lot of the things that we are proud of in the Black Country, like our closeness of community and all that, were created by the very difficult conditions under which we had to live and work. And if you lived in a back-to-back house in the 1920s and your wife was going to have a baby, you've got to depend upon the woman at the back of the, in the backyard to come and look after it.
The women used to work harder than the men.
They did.
Of course, we've got to carry our bricks on the bustle. No pushing in the barrows and nothing. There used to be 8 girls in the drawing and 8 girls in the setting, and they'd all got to carry their bricks the same. And it was hard work then, I'll tell you.
Look at that lady over there. She made a double twisted backband. That's it. It's a beautiful piece of work. If you've never seen a double twisted backband, you've never seen a piece of work. It's like a woman knitting in wrought iron.
We don't know any different, do we, from working?
Unless your husband's got a good job, you can't afford to stay at home.
If you want something, you've got to go out and get it, have you?
That's right. You know, but sitting at home waiting for it to come to you, you've got to work hard to get it, haven't you?
You can't walk out of here and say, oh, I want to get a job tomorrow somewhere else, because there's no jobs now. There's nothing there.
This box is Alice's. It don't hold no silver chalices nor no heirlooms. Precious gems of memory hold, of joys and tears and hopes and fears. These are her precious souvenirs. Though a box of nails, it seems, this is the casket of her dreams.
What's in the bowl?
Each
Turn it
sample of
over.
nails art is called upon to take a part in this drama of a century, played by the footlights of the nailing trade. And on each nail a memory lingers as Alice slips them through her fingers, of sweat and toil and glowing fires.
That's the nail. It's the best.
These are her precious souvenirs, the joy of her declining years.
When they used to work when they was young, like we work when quite old, but when them about 10 or 12, they used to work. And down the mines. That's a digger. That's a dig for the money. Chimneys and everything? Yeah. They died young as well, about 13. Like, I know they wouldn't die that young, they'd be about 25. And you don't think if them clean, because all the time you ever see them be fake.
Unlike we lot, they base us safters to learn a body-killing craft. They'll never delve here in the dark, shut off from sun and sung a lark.
Well, follow me then. Well, my name's Mr. Dunn, and I'm a doggy, and I can find you all jobs. We don't allow girls down the pit, but we'll have you on the pit bunk. We need some pit bunk winches. That satisfy you? There's some women out there who'll show you what to do, right? Well, don't sit there, then go out to the women on the pit bunk. Go on. You'll have to move faster than that if you want to keep a job here. I'm going to put you in a leather strap round your waist with a piece of chain going through your legs. That'll be attached to a tub full of coal. And you'll pull that from the top. 12-hour day. So I want you down there prompt in the morning at 6 o'clock, ready to start. And I'll have no messing about.
Well, you've been dating nobody for 7